One of the bloopers. This is gonna be one of the bloopers right here. I'm gonna start making blooper reels. I'm just gonna release them like halfway through the week.
Oh
like our little podcast blips. If you're only listening to this, you should probably see this on my Instagram or on YouTube. But Hank has decided to completely hold me hostage. Hank is our red healer. And this is pretty hilarious. You should probably see this.
You should tilt your camera down just a little bit so you can actually see him more. Because you could kind of just see the top of his head. There you go. Oh. Look at that smile. Aww. He is so in heaven right now. He's so happy.
Like full body entrapment right here.
100%.
Oh no. Oh.
Excuse me. He's gonna launch off of you?
No. He's just trying to buddy up somehow. The problem is it's the only way he fits on me. He's too long in every other dimension. So he only fits running from my knee to over the top of my shoulder. But he's like not super comfortable that way all the time. So then he sits here and tries to readjust, and then he just ends up falling off one way or the other. And then the only way he stays on is I'm like holding him rigid. It's pretty ridiculous. Come on, bud.
Bane likes to do that, and Bane's like 90 pounds and just all muscle, but he thinks that he fits in my lap, and he thinks that if his paws fit, that the rest of him fits. So he tries to like go in a circle on my lap, and I'm like, dude, first of all, you're super heavy. Second of all, oh my God, you don't fit. But Hank's just so cute.
Can't help it. I always say he's kind of like those Hawaiian pigs on the beach, because he's just so straw-like with his fur. It's like a capybara. But he's got the tiniest little toe pads. He like can't register that he's seeing a dog. He's got the tiniest little toe beans. And
he's got great nails. Fantastic nails. Good job.
He really does. They're full pamper manicure.
Love it.
They've even got French tips. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they've got French tips.
He's so fancy.
He's
definitely a California dog.
100%. Just no! You're gonna fall! He's on the armrest. Buddy, there we go.
It's a leg rest now. Hold me, Mom. Hold me.
Jeez Louise.
Bane likes to do that upside down. And you literally have to hold him with his head up here, so it's like you're holding a baby. And then your arm gets really tired really quick, and he just looks at you like, oh my God, why are you putting me down right now? I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Oh, big puppy yawn.
No, he's had a long day.
Long day of sleeping.
That's a very
long. Your paws are cold. They're cold, bud.
Ugh. He's like, why are you touching them?
Okay.
Just let me sleep. How old is he?
He is 6 months, 7 months. Ow.
Oh, that's it?
You think so?
He's just a baby.
He is still just a baby.
He's still growing then.
Yeah, they were like puppies. I think they were they were puppies like 2 weeks before I met Nick in June. So
you can tell everybody that that's the real reason you started dating Nick, was because of the puppies.
I actually dated Nick because we shared one singular kiss, and it wasn't even like, it was just a peck kind of kiss. And then he called me basically 3 times a week for 3 to 4 hours at a time on FaceTime for 6 weeks. And I was like, okay. you can do that just based off of a singular kiss, I'll give it to you. That's pretty true and proper. So then we decided to go on an 8-week road trip together, because what could possibly go wrong with a stranger that you just met and talked to over FaceTime for 6 weeks?
I mean, you like to do that, so
It's true.
we knew each other for like 9 months before you did that with me. So
Listen, I do not tarry on the quest for adventure. This should be like the pilot episode for the Racers on Tap right here.
yes.
So if this is going to be the bloopers to the Sponsorship Underground podcast, then dear listeners, Angel and I are also starting another podcast, and that's probably going to have some alternating hosts and some guests and everything. It's going to be about everything dirt bike, whether it's like hosting a hard enduro race or like riding in new places, whatever it is. I don't actually know what we're going to do with it. It's just going to be called Racers on Tap, and it's literally that, like Racers on Tap. So we're just going to bring our favorite brewed beverages. None of us actually drink, so I'm going to be bringing kombucha that specifically says alcohol free, because I just learned today that they have to say non-alcoholic because people tried to ban kombucha because it has alcohol in it, but it's so stupidly low they can't even test it for alcohol.
Because it's fermented.
Because it's fermented.
Yeah.
So just to in spirit of prohibition, I'm gonna drink kombucha on Racers on Tap days.
I'll drink protein shake or water, because that's pretty much all I drink. So I don't really drink juice or anything like that. So
That's fair enough. Fair enough. I actually had a glass of wine for like, I think it was my second glass this whole year. And it was actually a really, really good, I think it was the first red blend I ever liked. I don't even know what it was. I'm gonna have to take a picture of the bottle before they throw it away. But it was really good, actually. I was very surprised.
I had a really good one when I was in California. It was a very fancy bottle of wine that was purchased, and I partook at that point. And I just had one glass, but it was very, very good. There's a winery in Temecula that we went to. I cannot remember the name of it. Oh, that's gonna kill me. But it's really gorgeous. Oh my God, it was absolutely beautiful. And we got there like as the sun was setting, and like there was these people that were getting a tour to find out if they could have their wedding there. And I was like, yeah, I could definitely see that. Like it was perfect. I was like, well, I don't think I'm ever gonna get married again. So I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind.
It's funny because when I was a kid in school, all of the other kids would be like, Catherine, what would be really great for you? I think it would be really good if you were a tattoo artist or a podcaster. And I was like, both of those seem really ridiculous. And they're like, well, just listen to you. Listen to the way you talk. Like, everything's just a quest for you. And I'm like, I'll never do a podcast. And here we are talking about like 3 podcasts. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I texted Ming the other day and I was like, look at what you've done to me. And I was like, I never would have guessed that I'd be doing a podcast, let alone talking about doing a second one. And he's like, I knew. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, I knew once you did it, you'd get into it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, if it's any attribute to like what I'm actually teaching athletes on like how to make their own income riding, racing, like doing whatever it is they love, the fact that we're on track to be able to come March, it's currently December 27th, just after Christmas, just before New Year's. Come March, we're going to have enough to salary you to travel full time with us, and Nick and myself and fly his brother out and still make money on top of all of that. Like,
which is absolutely freaking amazing.
Yeah, so that we can just like sit down and do 5 different podcasts and all of the social medias and everything. Like I'm already talking about taking the podcasts and turning them into blogs, and it's like how did this happen? Like just 2 weeks ago I said, all right, now that I've built my course, I'm not going to obsess over anything. I'm not going to ADHD any of this. And the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I got to call Angel again because we got to sit down and record another thing or something. I don't know.
It's always something, but it's fun though. Like I said, like they always say, like do what you love and you don't work, a day in your life or whatever. And that's what it feels like. Like I have people who are like, you're working a second job, like, oh my God, you're always working. Cause I'm always like, yeah, I'm just working right now. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing what I love. Like literally, it's so energizing and so fun. And it's just like absolutely fantastic. So I'm absolutely stoked. Like I cannot wait for the adventure to start.
I heard this awesome quote, and this will probably be where I leave the bloopers. I heard this awesome quote from Russell Brunson, where he said, whatever you would do for free is what you should be doing, essentially, as your job. If you would do it for free, then do it for free and make money off of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I see that 100%. That's
pretty much what we're doing, right?
exactly. Exactly.
So.
I mean, look at how this started for me coming into the company. Like, I mean, I was just like promoting you anyway. So, like, hey, here's
You
a
were
job.
already doing it, and I was like, hey, I know you're already doing it, but you wanna actually do it?
And I was like, yes, oh my God, yes.
Nothing changed, but there you go.
The only job offer I've ever got where I almost cried. And I immediately texted like 3 people and I was like, oh my God, guess what just happened?
Well, I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity to even be able to do that for you. Because at the time, I know you were struggling with a couple things, and I just remember being like, "Gosh, Angel's just sitting at home right now. She genuinely like needs something to do, you know." And it wasn't like, "What can I give her to further my plan?" But it was genuinely like, "What could I give Angel that could help take her mind off of things?" You know? And I was so grateful to actually be in a position where I could be like, if you wanted to, I could use help like doing this thing, and I think you could do it from North Dakota.
Yeah.
No pressure. Like it was literally like no pressure, just do
Yeah.
whatever you want. Like I don't even think it was an official it literally wasn't an official thing. I was like, if you want to do this, then I can give you this, but no pressure if you don't want to do it. And you were
Yeah.
like, ah.
And I kind of just took it and rolled with it. And I was like, well, I can also do this for you and I can also do that for you. And I was just like, that's what I'm saying. Like I felt like it really gave me purpose. Like you said, it was a really hard time and like I felt really stuck and you just like I don't want to say gave me an out, but essentially like an outlet, I guess, for like that nervous energy. Like I was able to put it into something and do something like positive with it. And that was what I needed in life at that time. And that's what I still need, like I'm in this weird transitional period of life and, waiting for clinics to start and everything. And it's just like, this is giving me something good for my energy to go into. It's positive and it's amazing. And it's just so fun. Like it's always so fun. Like, we spent like 4 hours talking like a couple weeks ago, just talking, like you said, like is the whole like, oh, I wonder if this is what sleepovers were like, because I didn't do sleepovers growing up either. Like that wasn't really a thing that I ever did. So this is my sleepover time. This is my experiences.
Yeah, and I remember a time where I still kind of am, but it's incredible to me working with Nick and Sam and Ben and you, where I was really genuinely scared to like let other people into what I was doing because I
Yeah.
didn't want to first of all, it's hard just like letting go of some control and like giving stuff to other people, but it means so much more to like give it to other people when those other people are your boyfriend and seemingly, I hope so, your best friend, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to bring in not only just like other people into your business, but then to bring in people that are very close to you into your business is super scary. Um, but I wasn't scared at all letting you in because I had full like I don't know, it just seems so awesome to be able to go on the road with you again. Like
Yeah.
it was so much fun in Arizona. It was so much fun in North Carolina. Like I couldn't imagine not doing it with you. Like it would just be
Yeah.
it would hit just like a breakup, this like empty void of no angel, you know? Like I don't think that I could do it. And it's just the ability to be able to say that I can bring my friends on the road is incredible. And it's not for the whole thing of I'm the one supporting everyone, like everybody's coming because I said so. Like that's not it at all either. Like I've it's total free reign, you know. I've never told you you have to come to anything. You don't have to
Yeah.
do anything. But it's just like the excitement of being able to speak as everything is one entity. And I've never had to assign you any tasks. I've never had to assign Nick any tasks. Sometimes I've been like, this is your homework. But in the same
Yeah.
time that I say this is your homework, I also say this is my homework. And
Yeah.
it's been awesome.
Yeah. No, I think it's been super great because, like, I mean, so like you were saying, like my mom, one of the first things that she asked me was, "Aren't you scared for your friendship? Like now that you guys are gonna be working together, I feel like it's brought us closer because like now we have things to talk about all the time, and like it's not just business stuff, but then we're talking about business stuff, and then we can be like, oh my God, okay, girl moment right now, or like, like I think it's the best thing ever because it's being on the road with your friends is everybody's dream. Like, who doesn't want to go out and hang out with their friends all the time for their job? We get to do that, and we get to do it on dirt bikes. Like,
Yeah. And you
kind of the
still get your
luckiest
own
thing in
time
the
to like
world.
it doesn't even feel like, okay, Angel's got to go in her room now and I have to go in my room and we need to
Yeah,
separate. Like
yeah,
I didn't feel any of that in North Carolina when we were shoved in a sardine can of an RV. Like it was too much. Like everybody's butt
yeah.
was in everybody's face. And but it was still so much fun. Like the whole thing was just it was awesome. Like I
Caveat:
can't
know how big your camper is gonna be when you rent it.
pro
The
tip.
pictures made that look a lot bigger than it was.
They didn't include in the description that it was only like a 14-foot camper, but it slept 8.
Yeah, I don't know how you could fit 8 people in there unless they were all, like, literally smashed together on that bed. Like, I
Well, it
think
was
comfortably you could have fit 3 people on that bed, maybe.
I
Maybe.
mean, so you had the full that Nick and I shared, and
Yep.
then the 2 bunk beds. You were on one of them.
Yeah, but I barely fit on that thing, and I'm little. So, like, can you imagine? Okay, so let's say you and Nick, your mom, Sam, and Ben and me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got us an
Can you
Airbnb.
imagine all of us? No.
That's
Mm-mm.
why I got us
Not
an Airbnb for the big event. I'm not allowed to say what the big event is. Um, check back in February. February 1st, we'll make that announcement. But for the big event, I got us an Airbnb with the additional add-on of extra rooms because I'm almost certain that there's going to be more than just the 6 of us. But
Jeez.
we're looking at an 18-foot trailer just to be able to say like, okay, you can come with. You don't have to worry about lodging. Like come hang out with us and we won't walk all over everybody.
Yeah, that was super fun. I'm very glad that we all get along really well. Because I mean, I knew I met Nick like twice before that. So maybe 3 times. And so I was a little nervous about like when I saw how small it was, I was like, I mean, yeah, I don't really know him, and I'm gonna get to know him pretty dang quick. But I mean, it's like you were talking about like bringing people, you know, a certain kind of person that you draw to you, that's your audience, but it's also the kind of people that you draw to you. I know a lot of people that and you draw a certain kind of person, and they are good people at their core. They're all a little bit different and weird, and everybody's got their quirks or whatever. But everybody's good at their core, and everybody's just like, there's no other word than amazing. Like, just absolutely amazing. Whether it's being on the trail and somebody stopping during an enduro to try and help me because my chain fell off, or because my clutch is dead or whatever. And these people are like, "Oh my God, let me help you." And I'm like, "Go race your race. Like, you're actually gonna possibly place, like, go." And they're, taking that time just because they know who I am because of you, like, I can't, it's just, you just draw an amazing kind of person to you. And so I know that, but at the same time, it's still like, when you don't know somebody really well, you still have a little hesitation. But it was really cool to be there, and just like, it felt like Nick and I have been friends forever, because it wasn't super awkward, and we were able to sit up and talk, and it was really cool. And I don't know, I just thought it was the best, and I'm super excited for more fun and adventures. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be wild. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, I can't even. Great Gatsby. Hank's just dead weight now. All right, we can't make the bloopers any longer than the actual podcast. The longest blooper ever. So there you go. I'm gonna caption this one like dog blankets and North Carolina sardine cans, and people are gonna be like, "What the?" Okay, say goodbye, Hank.
Bye, Hank. Oh, wait.
Hank says, "Bah humbug." Anyway.
He's like, "Can you just let me sleep?" Oh, why am I by myself now? What happened? You're still recording.
I didn't mean to leave. I just meant to end the recording.
What's happening right now? Because it still says you're recording, and I'm just staring at my face. Like,
okay, it's gonna be called
real good at technology.
Dog blankets, North Carolina sardine cans, and poor technology skills. That's the name of this episode. Yikes. Anyway, okay, ending the recording for realsies this time.